Hey everyone, and welcome to Terra Food Forest, where we believe feeding ourselves and healing the planet can happen all in one place, where feeding truly meets the forest.
You know, whether you realize it or not, by being here, you're part of this amazing, growing, global community of earth healers. And today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most important elements of this work, water.
So, it all starts with a core idea we call the sponge principle. And really, it's all about a huge shift in our mindset from just being consumers of water to becoming powerful harvesters of it. So, what does that actually mean? Well, it means we design our entire system, I don't care if it's a huge farm or just a little pot on your balcony, to act like a giant sponge. Think about it. In a normal garden, so much water just runs off or evaporates. It's gone. With a food forest, our goal is to make sure every single drop stays right there in the ecosystem, feeding the soil and everything living in it. And how do we put this into practice? Well, there's a really simple, easy-to-remember rule at the heart of it all. The 3S strategy. This is your foundation for amazing water retention.
Okay, let's break it down. It's 3 simple steps. First, we slow the water down. You gotta give the earth time to actually drink it. Second, we spread it out, making sure we hydrate the entire root zone, not just one little spot. And third, we help it sink deep down, which recharges not just our soil, but the groundwater below. And here's what I absolutely love about this. These ideas aren't just for people with tons of land. Nope, they are totally universal. You can use this thinking anywhere you're growing something, from a massive farm all the way down to a few pots on your balcony.
Let's look at how this plays out. On a large scale, you might build swales. These are basically shallow trenches that curve along the land and catch rainwater, forcing it to slow down and sink in. Super effective. But what if you're on a tiny balcony? You use Ollas. These are these brilliant terracotta pots you bury in your containers. They slowly seep water right to the roots, which is perfect for stopping that quick evaporation. See? 2 totally different methods, but the exact same principle is at work.
All right, our next big technique is what I like to call nature's protective blanket. And the rule here is incredibly simple, but oh my gosh, it's powerful. Never, ever leave your soil naked.
Just think about a wild forest floor for a second. It's never bare, right? It's always covered in this thick, rich layer of leaves and stuff. We just want to copy that by using mulch. You can use things like dry leaves, straw, or wood chips. On a balcony? No problem. A layer of coconut husk or even some shredded cardboard works great. It creates this amazing thermal blanket that protects your soil from the sun.
And just how much of a difference does that simple little blanket make? Get this. Mulching can reduce water evaporation by over 70%. You heard me right, 70%. That is a huge saving of a precious resource, all from just covering your soil.
And another way we protect that soil is by planting smart. We plant in guilds, which are really just little plant communities that help each other out. You plant in layers, right? So the bigger trees give shade to the smaller shrubs underneath, and all that cooperation creates this humid little microclimate that stops the sun from just baking the moisture right out of the ground. So all these techniques we've talked about, the 3 S's, the mulching, the guilds, they're about way more than just saving water. They're all part of a much, much deeper mission. We're actually designing for life.
You see, when we start working with nature's cycles instead of constantly fighting them, we build a system that is truly resilient. This isn't just about saving a few bucks on your water bill. This is about creating a food forest that can actually thrive, one that can survive the intense droughts and heat waves that, let's be honest, are becoming more and more common.
This idea is really the beating heart of the Terra Food Forest mission. It's captured so perfectly in this statement. Let's stop farming for output and start designing for life. I mean, wow. It's a total shift from a mindset of just taking things out to a mindset of regeneration. Now, this knowledge is for everyone, but the best way to really put it to work is with a little support. So if you're feeling ready to choose your layers and you want to connect with other earth healers on this journey, I really want to invite you to join the Terra Food Forest Telegram. It's where our community really comes together to share and learn. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I absolutely can't wait to see what you all start growing. See you in the forest!